after 11 o'clock. 21 degrees has finally gone up a whole degree, which worries me actually, because the weatherman said 22 degrees and he looks like he's going to win right now. Believe me, I said 24. Barbara said 25 degrees today. It is Monday, April the 12th, and well, you look like you're having fun there, Barbara. You really, really do. Let me have that. Take control of that. And, well, let's put that over there. Got to welcome everybody along. I didn't actually expect to do that. That was rather off the cuff. To another fabulous interview. And believe me, I'm really, really looking forward to this because Roger Adams is joining us. But first of all, let me do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM and going all the way over to Nashville today. We're going to be joined up with absolute, well, I think he's a legend. Yeah, I really, really do. He hangs out with legends, much like the Hammond brothers and also Anthony LaCourie. Of course, we're talking about Roger Adams. Now, believe me, you're going to love this. Here at Galaxy is Roger Adams and Hank's guitar. Gosh, it's hot in here, Roger, I tell you.
Is it? 25 degrees outside?
It's 21.2 degrees outside. In here it's 87.6 Fahrenheit.
This is it's 72 here.
Okay.
72, sunny. It's been a beautiful day.
Right. This is frozen. We need to figure that one. Sorry, the devices are playing funny games this morning, and it's been quite a challenge keeping up with it. I've got to be honest with you. We're actually watching you, watching us, watching you, watching us, kind of.
Yeah.
What I mean. Oh dear, oh dear. So okay, we're playing Hank's guitar right now. Next is Where the Corn Don't Grow. I'll think of something. Bottle with a handle on it, and of course, Home. Now that's your most requested song, and believe me, I'm finding it hard getting through a breakfast show without having to play it, to be very honest with you, and or a Roger Adams song as it is, you know what I mean? So
thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure to be able to play your music, it really, really is. At the same time, I've got to thank you for doing that stinger for the Hammond brothers as well.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, glad to do it.
They were impressed. They were impressed. I played it to them, believe me, they were impressed. And I see Bonnie all the time watching a lot of the shows that we do.
Yes, she's a big part of the promotional aspect of all my music, and she's my girlfriend. We're here in Nashville, and just about every opportunity that she gets to promote or to share my music to the world, she's right there doing it, well, and it's really helped a lot.
I got to thank her for introducing us. I really, really do, and for being a big fan, and for doing her homework. I know that's what she's been doing. She's been checking out. You know, she's going, "How cheeky is that guy?" I know it. You may see me from time to time making funny body gestures or something like that. Roger, it's because I've got a voice in my head.
Right.
Literally, it's my on-air producer. She gives me stats, bits of information, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
gotcha.
Gotcha.
That's okay.
You may see me do that, but you never know. You might actually hear the voice in my head at some stage as well, which might be. I don't know whether to apologise now or not.
Well, I'll be listening for it.
Okay. Anyway, let's go live to the desk.
Yeah, I'm playing Hank's guitar. I'm always playing Hank's guitar.
Now that didn't play, did it? It really didn't. So we'll give it a whirl anyway. What do you reckon?
Hey everybody, this is Roger Adams, singer, songwriter, and Nashville recording artist. My music always sounds better on Galaxy 107 FM.
I'll blame that on production. That went all wrong way around, but hey, we got it done in the end and joined live today. Got to thank everybody that's joining us this now. Is Roger Adams, and I'm really, really excited about this. Opening the show, Hank's guitar. Roger Adams, welcome to Galaxy.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
It is an absolute pleasure, sir, and believe me, we have been discovering your music as we've been going. I've got to be honest with you, I'm finding it very, very hard just recently to get through a breakfast show without playing at least one song, and believe me, home is kicking it out of the field right now. It's really getting out of the ballpark, and we'll work our way towards that. But first of all, tell me a little bit about Hank's guitar.
Well, Hank's guitar was written by some good production guys that own a studio here in Nashville. And back a couple years ago when I was touring around, checking out some of the studios to record my music before the first album came out, I went to this studio and they played a sample of a song that they had written. And I just fell in love with that song. And from that point on, I took that song and re-recorded it and did it my way. And I'm real pleased with the turnout. It's a very good song.
Well, I got to be honest with you. We do play a lot of you on a Country Rock Sunday. I've got to be straight up there, and we get so many requests for you that it's actually getting quite ridiculous. My poor receptionist is sitting there going, "Listen," and this is quite true. When we first started playing you, she was taking it down shorthand. You know, she'd write down a little list, because we work a lot, literally, on stats and requests here at Galaxy. We really, really do. She was writing them down. These days, she hands me a USB device and says, "You sort it out."
Well, that's good to know. I'm glad people are requesting my music. That's fantastic.
They really are. Now, at the same time, and believe me, we have a fan question for you that runs along, and I've got the skinny here. I know the answers already, but I'm going to ask you anyway. As a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Roger, do you respond?
Absolutely. If you send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or any of the social media platforms, I respond just as quickly as I possibly can. RogerAdamsMusic.com is my website. There's a contact me message board on there. You can send me an email. You can buy my merchandise. You can listen to the music. There's videos. All of my events are listed. Everything that I'm doing from day to day is listed on that website. So that's a great tool to follow my music career. But yes, I do respond. And I appreciate every comment, every person that gets involved in my music and listens in. Every subscriber is fantastic. I really do enjoy it.
That's brilliant. And at the same time, I don't know whether Bonnie's familiar with this or not, but get her familiar with the Galaxy Artist page as well. It's there for promotions. It's there if you're doing shows. It's there if you've got a poster. It's there if you're going to a barbecue. Tell people about it. Yeah, everybody goes and has a look, believe me. So get involved in that. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And believe me, we have such a huge following. They just want to know what's happening. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So please.
Yeah, we'll be glad to start utilizing that.
Nice. At the same time, I heard you mention you got a bit of merch there. Just maybe you might want to send me a T-shirt or something while I'm doing an interview. You never know. People go and have a look at this, and before you know it, you've got it. Well, you've sold another koozie at least.
I will be glad to send you one. If you will text me your address on a message or whatever, I will get you out a hat and some merchandise, and next time we get together and talk, you can be wearing my stuff.
Absolutely stunning. Does the hat look like that one?
No, it won't look like this one. It'll be a ball cap with my logo on it.
Okay, no, I gratefully snatched that, I will admit that. But I've been trying to get a cowboy. See, we don't get them here in New Zealand. You know what I mean? So I've been trying to get a decent
Really?
cowboy hat for a long time. I really, really have. No, true. Believe me, the best offering is sort of kind of Australian deal, and that's across the ditch. And we have a deal, you know, we have a love-hate kind of deal going on there. It's much like the Americans and Canadians in ice hockey. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
Well,
We'd have to get you a custom-made hat so that the headphones can go around it.
there you go. Absolutely. Either that or get the boss to buy me a new set of headphones. That would be cool too. These ones are needing retiring, I got to be honest with you. Now, believe me, I'll plant them where the corn don't grow. Now, tell me, Roger, all about where the corn don't grow. Why don't the corn grow there?
Well, the corn does grow here, but obviously that song is about a young man who grew up on a farm, and through his whole childhood, that's all he saw was farming, and he was asking his dad, "Don't you ever dream about living somewhere where corn don't grow?" He wanted to go to the big city. He wanted to see the lights, and you know, as the song kind of evolves, he realizes that the big city life is just not for him, and he'd much rather be where the corn does grow than in the big city.
You know,
And that's a great song. It was first put out by Waylon Jennings back in the 70s.
yeah, I was going to say that really does remind me of Waylon Jennings' song, but thank you for covering that one at least. You're right here at Galaxy. Here's Roger Adams live, where the corn don't grow. How you feeling, Roger? You okay?
I'm good.
Nice, nice. Have you ever been to the Grand Ole Opry?
I have not been able to see a show yet. I have taken the tour of the Grand Ole Opry, been backstage. We have a good friend that was working there at the time, and he gave us the tour. And that's a great place. I love it. I look forward to the day where I can go see a show and maybe one day perform on the stage. I would be honored to do that.
You'll have to give Dale and Gail a poke in the eye and say, hey, hold on. You guys have played there. How come I haven't even been for a show? That's unfair, guys. Get on to it. Give Bonnie and Roger a couple of tickets. Get them in there. Here you go, my friend. Give them a bit of a plug.
There you go.
I love the little walkway behind the curtain. I mean, everybody loves the spot and everything like that. I've got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I love that walkway behind there simply because of the caliber of artists that's walked those boardwalks. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
I've been
Yes.
there. I've had a look myself. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of like the green rooms, the dressing rooms, all the theme rooms and everything like that. I like those, but that's my favourite spot, to be very honest
Yes.
with you.
Yes, it's a beautiful place. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk in the artist entrance, you've got all the little mailboxes there for all the artists, and I think that's pretty neat. I think that's really cool.
It is very classic, actually. I wouldn't have thought of that, but yeah, I just wonder if you can actually mail
Some
them.
would get more than others.
Well, you never know. You never know. Gosh, it's hot in here. And we don't have the air conditioning, as you would know. We have Kiwi air conditioning. It's called open a window.
That's right. You may have to do that a little bit.
I think they're already open, actually. We're still melting. What is it? 87.8. What are you doing, Barbara?
Saying to them, it's not that hot.
It is hot.
Okay.
It is hot. It's very hot. Believe me, look, 87.8 degrees in here. I'm melting.
It's because of the music you're playing. It's just catching the world on fire.
There you go. There's had
There's
to
a
be
solution.
a
There you
reason
go.
for it.
That was
It
the
really did.
solution.
Because we're coming into winter. We're actually in autumn right now. You guys are coming into summer, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Yes, it's beautiful here in Nashville.
Nice.
72 degrees. It's been a beautiful sunny day. Last couple of days, we had some rain the day before yesterday. That wasn't too bad, though.
Okay. Oh, we've got some right now, actually. It's
Rain,
not the
rain,
greatest.
and more
Anyway,
rain.
let's go back to the
no matter where you go home. And you may change your mind, cause the weeds are high where corn don't grow. And you may change your mind, oh, the weeds are high where corn don't grow. Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 25 after 11 o'clock. It is 20 degrees, gone down a little bit. Yeah, I don't think it's going to make 22, let alone 24 today, to be very honest with you. If you are out and about around town here in Kobodo, please drive to the conditions. Be aware of roadworks. It's going to take you a little while down the other end of town. It really, really is. So we want you to get to your destination safely. Turn your lights on, make it click. Right? You got it. For those of you that are watching a little later on YouTube, you guys know what to do as well, right? You do. Yeah. Sub, thumb, bell. Bell, notifications later on. Yeah, you get it. That's the one. Today we're joined live by Roger Adams, coming out of Nashville, a great place. I love Nashville, I really, really do. In fact, I've been there many, many times. Used to stay in a place called Newport, not too far away. And used to stay with some people, well, a couple of guys, they used to disappear in the middle of the night and come back with jarfuls of stuff.
Yeah.
Today,
Moonshine, probably.
yeah, that's the stuff. Apparently today they're using it as hand sanitizer.
Yeah, there's a dual purpose for many things.
Yeah, well, I was more shocked that you could actually run your car on it.
Yeah.
And you're drinking that? Wow. Okay, especially if you can set it on fire. Good for cooking purposes, I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And believe me, I've had my fair share of it, I really, really have. And I had a young lady send me some not so long ago. She's also a 10-time Josie Award winner, if you know what I mean. So believe me, very, very talented. Yeah.
I had my truck broke down, this was about 4 or 5 months ago, just outside of Gatlinburg. And I was able to find a local repair shop, and just a bunch of good old boys. I had a repair shop up in the mountains, and they worked double time to get my truck fixed for me. And when I left, they gave me a case of moonshine. And that was some of the best tasting stuff you've ever had in your life.
Oh, okay. I thought they were worried that you might not make it to the next gas station.
No. They were just treating me good. That's all they were doing.
Well, believe me.
Different flavors. So I wouldn't want to put the fruit punch one in my gas tank. That might cause backfire.
Yeah, well, fair enough too. Yeah, we don't want any backfires, that's for sure. But believe me, well, I don't know, a little bit of pie, you know. Yeah, believe me, talking about moonshine, this young lady, she actually gave me some. So, she sent me...
Oh, wow, that's cool. Wow.
Yep, she even signed it on the back there, believe me, and it comes straight out of the Appalachians.
Uh-huh. That's nice.
Gave me a nip glass just to be sure of it as well. Now, thing is, I had it sitting up here on the on the shelf behind me, and it's been there for about a month or two. When she comes up, now I said to her, "Don't worry about it. We'll use it for a special occasion." I had in mind literally New Year's Eve. We were going to have her on for the New Year's show. I thought that would be an appropriate time to be able to tear back at least, you know, a shot or two. But then she won her 10th Josie Award, and so I said to her, "Okay, it's special occasion, let's have a shot." So I'm pouring it out, and she goes, "Oh, I'll just go and get the hubby to get it out of the freezer." And I went, "Well, hold on, why the freezer?" She goes, "It's got to be cold." And I'd already poured this, right? And I'm sitting there looking at her going, oh, and she goes, well, just sip it. Oh, wait, well, yeah, I'm a Kiwi. I don't sip it. Yeah, so I threw it back, and she's sort of looking at me in horror. Yeah. In the end, apparently the staff said to me that I ended up looking like a traffic light. I glowed.
You do.
Oh, Lord.
True, it's true.
So much.
It'll put a hurting on you.
So much so I got tore up from the floor up, and that was only just one shot. There was another one to go. Believe me, that was an experience. It really, really was. If you're enjoying some of that product, please, next time you have a shot, think of me and just go,
Okay.
well, here's one for Grant. Believe me, he deserves something decent. He really does. And that's really, really cool. Now, if not, I'm pretty sure I'll think of something. And in fact, Roger, tell me all about I'll think of something.
Well, I'll think of something. We have a really good friend here in Nashville. His name is Jerry Foster. And I don't know if you've heard of Jerry Foster or not, but if you haven't, you should have. He's a Hall of Fame songwriter. He's written more hits than anybody in country music history. He's the most awarded songwriter in ASCAP history. And he has a list of hit songs that just go back all the way to the late 50s. But this song was a song that he wrote back in 1974, and it was first released by Hank Williams Jr., and then in 1992, Mark Chestnut got a hold of it and made a worldwide hit out of it. And, 28 years later, I decided to go ahead and re-record that song, and I wanted to do a real broken down version of it with just acoustic guitars, no drums, no nothing. I wanted the vocals to really be on the forefront of the song. And I'm real pleased with it. We've gotten a very good response. As a matter of fact, I'm in the final stages of editing a music video that'll be released hopefully sometime within the next month. And I'd love for you all to see it, and I'd love to share it on your page when it's all finalized. But I'll think of something. It's a great song.
We'd be honoured. We really, really would. And, well, I got to be honest with you, it's getting quite a following. It really, really is. We're getting quite a few requests for Roger Adams. And I'll think of something right here at Galaxy. Wow, it's getting hot in here. Sorry, Roger. How are you feeling, my friend?
No, I'm doing great. I'm great. I'm loving it. This is fantastic.
I'm loving the backdrop you've got there.
You like that?
Yeah.
Well, just here at the house in Nashville, and so I got it pointed up against the back wall with the kitchen cabinets, and just try to keep it
Very
as
cool.
presentable as I can for you as far as the camera goes. I didn't want you to see the TV and the couch and all that good stuff.
That's okay.
Just living at home, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, that's okay. Besides the staff around here as well, you don't want to see the bras hanging off the lights. And
Right.
yeah, I wish. Yeah, okay, all right.
Whose nightmare are you on?
Whose nightmare am I
More
in?
guys' undies hanging around. Right?
Guys' undies hanging around.
Yeah.
Those mankinis, isn't it? Here's something. I don't know whether are you familiar with the mankini?
No.
Okay, well, it's like a G-string that just goes right up over your shoulders, right? Well, believe me.
Nope, not familiar with that at all.
Okay, well, believe me, we have our national game here in New Zealand is rugby union, and they've got a shortened version of it. It's called Sevens, and believe me, we've had the world champs, but at the Sevens, you used to be able to go down to Wellington, which is our capital, where our parliament is, down to a place called the Cape Town, and just celebrate like crazy. Guys would turn up in dresses and nurses' uniforms and a chili bin full of beer and just
Grant
enjoy a good
turned
day's
up and
sport.
what?
And
Yes.
me and half a dozen of the guys that work here, we turned up in these mankini things, and believe me, it took us weeks
And
to
you know
decide
what?
where
They
we were
don't
going to
fit
put the
most of
logo.
them anymore.
Okay, it really did. We found a place. literally. But we were the only people out of thousands they wouldn't let in. We were watching guys in a nurse's outfit with stockings and they wouldn't let us in.
No, because they're
Well,
all too big.
You let me know when that weekend
Exploding
is so
out
that
of
when I
the
come visit,
mountain.
I don't come during that week, okay?
That's okay. Believe me, I've got something you're going to be interested in right coming up very, very shortly. But in the meantime, our next one, of course, is a bottle with a handle
Hi,
on it.
Scott.
Love this, and you're getting a huge request
you
for
for
this.
joining
You know,
us.
you're up over 17.
Good.
You're about 1,700 odd requests for it so far. So believe me, you're getting, yeah, not bad.
Good.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Got to say hi to Scott McKnight as well. Thank you for tuning in. Now, Roger, at the moment here, it is coming into winter time, but well, we're kind of looking at this COVID virus thing, and I presume over there right now, you're not doing a lot of touring, a lot of shows.
That's correct. Things have been real kind of laid back, you know, especially over this last year. I do see some relief in sight. There are some shows that are coming back on board. I did one Friday night here in Springfield, and we had a packed house. I was so proud. I was just me and a guitar, and the room was a sold out crowd. Basically, it was a ton of people in there. Everybody had a great time. I sold a lot of CDs and T-shirts, and you know, played from 8 o'clock till midnight, and loved every minute of it.
Almost feels like it's becoming normal again, doesn't it?
Well, it's still not quite there yet, but it's right there on the edge. It's like we're just a couple of steps away from the top of that ladder, and I think we're closing in on it very quickly.
But I tell you what, here in New Zealand right now, as long as you're a nationalist or a national artist here in New Zealand, we can have up to about 80,000, 100,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
At a show. We're not allowed to bring any international acts in just yet, but we are also at the end of this week opening up a trans-Tasman bubble with our cousins over the ditch called the Australians. Yay. Why Australia? Yeah, okay, never mind. Believe we love to hate each other, you know what I mean? Much like the Canadians and the Americans in ice hockey, we have a game here called rugby union. In fact, I'll get Barbara to send you a video of a game that we play. We have the All Blacks. Australia has the Wallabies. Sorry. But we love to give each other a bit of stick.
Right.
Now, having said that, my friend, we're not kind of thinking that we're going to have forever and a day where we can't bring people in to have concerts. So just wondering, Roger, would you consider coming to New Zealand and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
I am.
Oh, you better believe it. I look forward to the day that travel is opened back up and things are, you know, where we're allowed to go and use our passports to go from one country to another and do things, get back to normal business. And I would love to come there and visit. I would love to come there and sing for all your people that would be willing to listen to me. I really would. It'd be wonderful.
We would absolutely love to have you here in New Zealand. In fact, I'd love to introduce you to another band that we have here in New Zealand with New Zealand legend John Hall called the Saddle Blasters. And believe me, you'll absolutely love them. Anthony Ligori is in the house. Nice to have you on board. Unfortunately, Roger, we're going to have to stop talking about Anthony now.
No, that's okay. Hey, Anthony.
He's watching now, so never mind. But having said that, Roger, we are kind of crazy here in New Zealand. I don't know whether Bonnie's told you, she's seen this before, I know this, but we kind of do some crazy stuff here in New Zealand.
Grant.
Are you up for a few challenges?
I'll do my best. What you got?
Well, okay, have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo girl?
Here we go.
A who?
Yeah, hoo-hoo, actually. Okay, believe me. Yeah, you're familiar with the caterpillar, right?
Yes.
Have you ever had whiteworm, the tequila? The whiteworm tequila?
Oh, I've had tequila. I haven't been the guy who's would do the worm there at the end of it, but yes, I've had my fair share of tequila over the years.
Okay, well, you know, you kind of got the right idea right there, to be very honest with you. But this is like, well, it's like a double-decker bus to a mini, actually, if you compare it to a caterpillar, but it's big, it's white, and what you do is you put the live body in your mouth. This is also a delicacy here in New Zealand with the indigenous folks called the Maori. And also a tradition here with Barbara when she brings bands into the country as part of that deal. Believe me. And you rip off the head. Don't eat the head, it's yucky. But when you crunch down on this, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
If you say so.
No, I kid you not. In fact, we'll send you the instructional videos just, you know, so you know I'm not pulling your leg.
Okay.
But you're familiar with festivals, everything like that. Well, yeah, where kids wandering around, candy floss, hot dogs on a stick, stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, not at this place. In fact, the Wild Foods Festival down the west coast of the South Island will take you down there. And believe me, they have some really funky stuff. Even deep fried locusts on a stick, you know what I mean? They're wild food, really. It is. But are you familiar with New Zealand at all? Do you know much about New Zealand?
No, I don't. I really don't. I wish I did.
Okay.
But I know it has a great radio station there. They love to play my music.
Yeah, well, when they find us, let them know about us as well, will you? But believe me, we're made up of 3 islands. You could say 4 if we actually include Australia. We could actually, because, well, Hobart is connected by the continental shelf that we are connected to. It actually is belonging to New Zealand, not Australia. And we want back taxes. All right? We do. But we're made up of 3 islands now, right down the very, very bottom, down by the pole. We have an island, they gave it a name, it's called Stewart Island.
Mm-hmm.
Then whoever named New Zealand ran out of imagination and called the next one South. And we here are actually in the North Island. I would love to rename them, you know what I mean? I really would. Give them decent, solid names. I mean, Stewart got a name. South? Weird. South Island. We just couldn't think of anything. Anyway, down the South Island, we have the Wild Foods Festival in Hokitika. We would love to take you there. But have you ever heard of Queenstown?
Yes.
No, not Queensland. That's in Australia where men wear dresses and high heels.
I think I've heard of Queenstown.
Okay, brilliant. It's actually quite a boutique-y little town, wannabe a city, down there where all the A-listers from around the world go and hide from the paparazzi and places like that. Go and make movies, you know, all that sort of stuff. Brilliant place to go. You never know who you might bump into. Shania Twain owns property down there. Kevin Costner was down there a little over a year ago before the COVID virus thing. Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, they all go there. Literally, Roger, they really do. You just don't want to bump into me.
Well, I am looking forward to getting down there and visiting with you guys and seeing all the different places that I can.
Well, Roger, I got to let you know that I'm into shenanigans, okay? I like to have a, yeah, well, if it doesn't at least get the heart going, you're not doing something right. So, well, I don't know. I'll throw you off a bridge.
You throw me off a bridge?
Yeah, believe me.
As long as I got a bungee cord.
There you go. And believe me, you're not Australian. We will attach the bungee.
Okay.
There you go. But more importantly, I'd love to be able to take you and Bonnie down the Shotover River. They have some massive jet boats that, you know, what they don't do with these boats is incredible. They turn it inside out, upside down, so close to the walls it is not funny at high speeds. So much so that they'll spin it around all over the place. You won't spill a drop of your beer.
Wow.
Fantastic, it really is. And I think Bonnie would love it as well. Does Bonnie like to shop?
Oh, yes. Most definitely.
That's good, because Barbara is an Olympic shopper, let me tell you now. She really is. But believe me, you won't need a bottle with a handle on it once you're on these boats. You really won't. Just a normal jug, you'll be fine. Drink out of the jug. And believe me, there's a lot of water to go around. There really, really is. Tell me about a bottle with a handle on it. This is one of my favourites.
Is it? Well, it's one of my favorites too. It's a great bar song, and it's a pretty good little sing-along song for the people that know it now. And I've had a lot of requests for that song over the last several months, especially when I sing live. But that song was inspired by Bonnie's cousin. His name is Daryl Pappenhausen, and they came to visit last summer. I can't remember exactly what month it was, but October. But they were down here, and he loves Crown Royal, and he would always make the comment, he's got a handle on the situation. And so we took that, and I created the song, A Bottle with a Handle on It, and it's really turned out to be a fun song, and it's just kind of a stupid make-believe story. There's no truth to it at all, other than the fact that a bottle with a handle on it, loving great country music.
Well, I got to be honest with you, 1,789 requests to date so far. Believe me, people are absolutely loving it. They really are. So right here, right now, joined live by Roger Adams, the man himself. Here is a bottle with a handle on it. How you feeling, Roger? You okay?
Doing good. That's an amazing number of requests. Did I hear that right?
1789. Yes.
1,789 requests?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there one that's requested more than that?
Yes. The next one. Home.
Really?
Yeah. Believe me, you'll be impressed. You will be impressed. Because everybody, and I mean, Roger, most mornings I can't get through a breakfast show without playing Home. There's that many people want it.
That's amazing. You have no idea how proud I am.
Well, good, because you should be, my friend. It's a work of art.
I know that that stations play it and things like that, but I don't ever really get any feedback from a lot of them. No, you'll hear it on the rotation once in a while. Some of the stations will tag me if they play it, but I never hear about requests. I never hear about comments or anything like that. I'm assuming it's doing well because they continue to play it, but to just get that kind of information, that's just...
Well, I understand that, Roger, and well, to be very honest with you, we are a global station. We're in 70 plus countries right now, and 120 cities around the world. They have our email address. You know what I mean? We get inundated. Now, the breakfast show primarily is structured around requests, and the production team, every day they're going through the requests and they're stacking it in places where it flows and makes it work, but it's all around the same numbers, you know what I mean?
Right.
And we get so many requests just since we've been playing Roger Adams, and we attach your stinger with it as well, and the ones on the country shows and everything like that. We attach those. People find out who you are and ask for you and continue to ask for you, and that is fantastic, because I mean it indicates to us that people are listening. You know what I mean?
Yes, it does. They're listening and they're liking what they hear, and
exactly. So you know that once we've talked about this and Home, I'm going to ask you if you'll come back with new music. You can go.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So let's go back to the desk. And I got to turn my mic on to make it work. How's that? I was getting so involved with talking to Roger through that. Ahmed Prasad, nice to have you on board, my friend. It really, really is. Stephen John Ireland is watching us. Marianne Pedersen. Nice to have everybody on board this morning. It really, really is. And at the same time, it's been a while since I've been to Nashville, and I'm absolutely loving talking to Roger Adams live from Nashville. Now, Roger, believe me, the stats don't lie, and they absolutely love a bottle with a handle on it. They really do. But
That's fantastic.
But believe me, I'm finding, and I'm not being, I'm not pulling your leg, but just lately we haven't been able to get through a breakfast show without playing home. I'm going to talk to you about that very, very shortly, but we were talking very briefly about getting you down here in New Zealand to play some shows. We'd love to be able to do at least maybe about 4 shows here in New Zealand, maybe about 6, maybe 8 shows in Australia. Only because we like their money, right?
Yes.
Makes it worthwhile that way, it does. But believe me, they don't even know how to spell beer. They don't. They've got a can with 4 X's on it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, well, there's hope for one of these. I found out literally that the Prime Minister over there, he drinks a thing called Foster's.
Foster's.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he thinks he can hand it off to somebody else when he's done with it. Much like kids, you know? Dear. Yeah.
One punch.
Well, hey, listen, I found out. Now, while we're here in New Zealand, do you like fishing?
Oh, yes, I love fishing.
Okay, what kind of fishing do you like to do? Do you like to do lake fishing, fishing off the rocks at the oceans, or maybe...
I love to do lake fishing, and I love to do deep sea fishing.
Okay, you're after big game.
Yes.
That's cool, because, vicariously, our Prime Minister here in New Zealand is actually a lady, right? And here's something I bet you didn't know. She used to be a DJ in a nightclub.
She did.
Back in the day, yeah, she did. She really did. Much like me. Much like me. I did that too. No, her husband actually is a charter fisherman. He goes after big game, and we would love to be able to get you on board one of his boats and go out and do a little bit of fishing, maybe for something like marlin. What do you reckon?
That'd be fine with me. You know, my hometown is Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I've spent a lot of time on the water in Virginia Beach, and I would travel south to the Outer Banks of North Carolina and go deep sea fishing there, and it's wonderful. We'd always pull up the wahoo or the tuna or the dolphin, and that's great. I mean, we had dolphin for dinner tonight, as a matter of fact.
Oh, don't say that. Here in New Zealand, they're a protected species.
Oh,
yeah, they literally are.
mahi, not like flipper.
Okay, well that, and you know, Flipper was Australian too, don't you?
Yes.
Gosh, had to bring up an Australian show. Yeah, you really did. But having said that, you will have Greenpeace on your tail otherwise. Literally, they won't like that at all. But I'm all for it.
No.
Yeah, believe me, I've had some really strange meals, if you know what I mean, over the years. And I've never tried dolphin, which is quite true, but I've actually tried crocodile.
No, I've never tried that before.
That's
I've had a few
interesting.
opportunities to try it, and I chose another item on the menu that I liked better. So, but I'm sure one of these days I will.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. It's quite a, it's got its own flavour, if you know what I mean. You know, so, yeah.
I've heard that it's very good.
It is. If it's done right, believe me, I think the people that did it did a damn good job. I loved it. I really did. In fact, I didn't know what it was until after I'd eaten it.
Right.
Believe-
Sometimes it's better to be left unknown.
Well, I've been to some third world countries that have fed you some stuff. And once you find out, believe me, it comes right on back up again. It really does. And I'm thinking, wild foods. These things were absolutely. It made me want to go home.
Yeah.
It really made me want to go home when I was in places like that. Yeah, no, wouldn't want to feed that to anything or anybody. Tell me about home, please, Roger.
Home is a song that I wrote that developed out of the relationship between me and Bonnie, and it's a very true song. It really is. From the first word to the last word at the very end of the song, it follows the story of our relationship, how we both came from broken hearts and met each other, and I just love it. It's been such a song that's gotten such a great response. When I sing it solo in front of a crowd or whatever, you can see tears in people's eyes, and everybody gets quite moved when they hear that song. And I'm very proud of it, and I'm very proud of her for giving me all the inspiration that she does for so many songs that I've written. I've written that one and A Heart in Tennessee, and there's a few other songs that I've written for her that will be on the next album. So stay tuned for that as well.
Well, I got to be honest with you, 2,511 requests and climbing. This is your biggest hit right here at Galaxy, and believe me, it really is. Here is Roger Adams live with Home. Oof, that's not bad, Roger, right? 2,511.
That's not bad at all. That's amazing.
That's pretty cool, man. It really, really is. And believe me, we've got a whole week ahead of us. I reckon by the end of the week it'll be way up around about 3,000 requests. I can see that happening.
Oh my goodness, that's so good, boy! I love it. I'm just proud. I'm tickled to death.
Believe
thank
me,
you all so much. I can't thank you enough for everything that you're doing.
Well, as you know, we're going to wrap this up very, very shortly, but I am going to ask you. Now, I've been an engineer now for almost 40 years, doing studio recordings, also doing front of house. I've toured with some of the biggest names in the world. And I can't fault your work. I love your style, I love your work, I love your recordings. This particular track, where did you get it recorded?
Everything that I have recorded, I've done with a producer named Jerry Webb here in Hendersonville, Tennessee, just down the street from Nashville. And he's also the guitar player in my live band when we perform with a full band here in Nashville. And he's a great guy. He really is. He's got a good ear for music. He's very talented when it comes to the mixing, and he plays a lot of the instruments for me. We have to bring in my pedal steel player, we bring in the fiddle player, we bring in, certain elements of the music that we have to record that he can't perform, but he plays a guitar with me on that. He plays the nylon string, gut string guitar. He plays the bass. He does some of the percussion. The shaker is a big thing that we use. I love that sound in the song. And it's just little things that just really make a song sound full and complete. He does that classical guitar work there in it, and he's a very talented musician and a very good producer.
Very, very cool. Believe me, bro. I love multi-talented people that can play anything, if you know what I mean. Believe me. I've actually played with the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra myself.
Wow.
I have. I used to play the triangle.
Well, everybody has a job to do.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Everybody has a job. It's just like the shaker. It's just like the shaker. They're so important.
I only did it once, and believe me, I was in a penguin seat. I got my moment. Ping.
Yeah.
I did. Believe me. That was a long, long time ago, too.
You wouldn't fit into the penguin suit anymore.
Hey, listen, I didn't find out until the last minute, and I had to go and find a penguin suit.
Oh, they
I
should
really
have hired it for you.
Well,
Mind you, back then it'd be hard to find penguin suits.
it was. Tails even,
Oh, yeah.
Roger, we're going to wrap this up right now, but I'm going to ask you if you will come back again. I am going to do that. And
Absolutely.
don't go anywhere after this because we take a couple of photos. Barbara turns all of this into a movie, which you will get a copy of everything. You really will.
Oh, okay.
We do some funny photos afterwards.
Well, you're funny.
Yeah, and then we'll include you in some of those as well. So hang in there, okay?
Okay.
I always come back home. Yeah, before I get too far away, I always come back home.
Galaxy, galaxy, FM.
2,570 requests and still climbing. I've just been told this is going through the roof right now. Roger Adams and Home here at Galaxy. It is an absolute pleasure to talk to the man himself coming out of Nashville. And Roger, it is kind of a surreal time right now with this COVID virus thing going on. Are you recording more? Are you writing more right now than you ever were before?
Yes, I have been steady writing songs, especially over the last 6 months. I've got a number of them that are finished. I've started recording the third album, and I am really excited about this one. This one has a couple of cover songs on it, but the rest of them are mine. So it's primarily all original. There'll be 12 songs on this album as well, 10 of them being original, 2 covers. And there's a song that I wrote. It was a tribute to my father called A Reflection of a Man. That one was actually featured in a television series that'll be aired on Netflix and Hulu and some of the internet stations like that. Hopefully sometime middle part of May. So as soon as that becomes available, I'll let you know. But it's a TV series about Nashville songwriters, and be anxious for you to see it. But that song is one of them that'll be on the album, and we're putting another music video together for that. But that one's a few more months down the road. But I'll think of something that'll be out next month.
Well, I'm going to ask you, will you come back again? Can we release more new music with you?
Absolutely. Everything I've got, I'll send to you if you don't have it already. And when I get new music that's been recorded, the next single, I'll get it to you immediately.
That is fantastic. Now, I just got one other question for you. As a radio station, as a radio announcer, how do we stack up against K94 ZAM 11?
Oh, you're the best. Absolutely the best.
Okay, okay. Fair enough. Thank you so much. Roger, don't go anywhere just yet, but believe me, it's been an absolute pleasure to have Roger Adams here at Galaxy. And if you're going to watch this a little later on, you know what to do, right? You do. Yeah, sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. See you next time. But in the meantime, Roger, hang in there. Let's go over to the studio B. You're right here at Galaxy. Good morning.
Galaxy 107 FM Calvado.